Welcome to Wisconsin, everybody. I'm Trevor, and tonight we're going to be hanging out with the Dead Apples and Skyro Fly.
I'm Seabiscuit.
Lisa.
Larry.
So, the name, the Dead Apples, like, why did you pick it? What does it mean?
We're apples and we're dead.
Not
Fair
rotten.
Not rotten.
Not rotten.
What's your origin story? How'd you guys come together?
Well, they were a two-piece for quite some time. I know you guys do a lot of open mics and shit. And Rocky from A Tour of the Fair
That's right.
recorded the first demo with these guys on bass, actually.
Yeah, it never released. We got like one copy.
Yeah, it's a living room recording, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
But yeah, we jammed with Rocky for, I don't know, 7-8 months. He's probably one of the most talented people in this entire scene, if you ask me. The guy is a goddamn virtuoso. So we didn't see eye to eye on direction that we wanted to go in. He's far more technical and far more talented than anything we could ever hope to do. So we wished him well and went on our way, and now we're here. We got Larry, which I think is a perfect addition to this band.
Yeah, and we're kin, so, you know, we can hate each other. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think we really broke into Madison. We kind of had taken a big hiatus, and then Kyle from UD1 had hit me on Facebook. Asked if we wanted to do a bill with them, and it kind of got us kickstarted again, and then we just started hitting the road a little more and booking more. So I'm trying to get a new EP together this summer. We got some new stuff that we're gonna play this evening. It's called Mighty Myrtle.
She's quite fertile.
I wrote the words watching a Baby First program. There was a song that they were counting turtles, and
Inspiration is beautiful.
I was working on a progression, and I just kind of, you know, 1 turtle, 2 turtle, 3 turtle, and I based it around that. And then it became about having like an 80-year-old mistress named Myrtle, Fertile Myrtle. So
She's 80 and has not yet met menopause.
It's like a groove into like a little speed punk thing. It's really fucked up, but it's cool.
Well, I think Larry's primary influence overall is like Zappa. So if you could cross Zappa with the Bay City Rollers and make sure that they played out of tune.
Yes,
This is going to be awesome.
Say hello to me and she's mighty fertile. When I say, do what I say, when I say, do what I say, when I say, she gonna do what I say, when I say. 1 turtle, 2 turtle, 3 turtle. I got a call from my gal named my mighty turtle. I got a 1 turtle, 2 turtle, 3 turtle. Says hello to me and she's mighty fertile. When I say, do what I say, when I say, you gonna do what I say, when I say, she gonna do what I say, when I say. Fraudulent, and I don't know what you just said, and I don't know what you just said. I'm drunk anyway. Oh my God, it's fraudulent, and I don't know what you just said. I'm drunk, and I don't know what you said. I'm drunk anyway. Turtle, 2 turtle, 3 turtle. abandoned ship. We're sinking in the ocean. All we see, burning gasoline. There goes my heart. It's sinking in your ocean. Sinking till it can't be seen.
I am Ben.
Robert.
I'm David Payne.
And I am D.
So Skyro Fly, let's start out pretty basic. What does the name mean? Where does it come from?
Well, the name definitely was kind of just searching for something in the right fit coming. Like writing down a bunch of words and it kind of coming alive. The words are very generic words on their own, and so together they create the possibility for lots of people to come up with different meanings. For me, the most prominent meaning has been when we've been on the road, or I've been on the road, and just kind of like watching the horizon where like the sky meets the road and just gunning through it. Yeah, what do you guys think? I've never even asked you. You guys think it's stupid?
I think it's the worst name ever.
I feel like our origin story is has a lot of just interesting things that happened to it. I mean, I moved to town about 5 years ago to go to recording school and start a band, and an old friend of mine was wrapped up in that motivation for me, and came, and I met Ben working at St. Vinny's on Willie Street on the dock in the furniture department, and we had him come and jam, and we decided to move forward. We went through about 3 bass players before we met D. Oddly enough, D was recording us at Madison Media Institute, and as we were recording, I remember one day he came into one of the suites and basically said, "Hey, if your bass player ever doesn't work out, you know, give me a call." And oddly enough, within a week, our 3rd bass player quit. So he jumped right on board. We finished the EP, and as we were working towards the next album, the original drummer left. But oddly enough, once again, a cool crossroads, Dave moved to town literally the day after our old drummer moved away. So in some ways it was seamless.
We're very cohesive because we all have basically a really long history together. Dave and I go way back. Robert and Dave have done projects together going back years. Dee and Robert, you know, went to school together for years, so we're all, you know, it helps the band a lot that we've all kind of, you know, had this pretty big history, so we also have a very close-knit, almost family-like relationship.
So you two went to school together, then you two went to school together?
Yeah.
Yeah. High school and
We've been
MMI
going to
for
school
us.
since, we were like 15. I think we met in high school.
Where was that?
In Plymouth, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Well, I know some people from Plymouth.
Yeah, represent.
Pretty small town.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, like about 8,000 people.
Yeah, so you guys.
Yeah, we had a
probably know the guys
pretty
that-
strong music scene.
Everybody,
actually.
yeah, for sure.
when your streets are taking over, try to make you stand in line.
Oh my god.
And then Biscuit brought A1 to the table. We're calling. I don't even think it has a title yet.
But no, it's A1, 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 A1.
Oh, I see what
A1.
you're doing there.
I call it steak sauce, man.
Yeah, I do too.
It's got a name. We called it something. We recorded last fall, right before we did Bash in the Bluffs up there, and
The only person who knows is Stefan from Orifice.
yeah,
Right? He's got it written down.
Scotty Jam Jam.
Scotty Jam.
Scotty Jam Jam.
He knows.
He knows what's going on.
A1's a super groove monster. I think it's got a punk feel a little bit, but a couple of nice stops in there. I think it's a really well written little ditty, man.
Thank you.
It's one of my favorite things you've brought.
Thank you. Fuck off.
Gonna make him cry.
Just about did. Single tear.
Bash in the Bluffs. That's you guys are kind of the masterminds behind that, right?
Yes,
No.
he is.
Biscuit was bartending there part time, and he made connections through.
Well, what
So he.
what,
yeah, he set all
what
that
ended
stuff
up happening is little shout out to Alejandro. We Make Music Happen is a very good man to know in this town. I made friends with him last year at Maybash, and we got to talking and setting some stuff up and tried to set up some shows that were multi-genre.
Okay.
Rather than have, people come out and sit through 4 bands that scream or 4 bands that put you to sleep, well, start out, bring 4 different crowds together or 3 different crowds, whatever, and expose people to something that they weren't used to. And I was talking to the guys up at Pump House up in Baraboo, and they seemed to be down with it. So the first one, we did like 8 bands, which ended up being a huge pain in the ass, but it was worth it because it turned out really, really well. And we did the last one, we had Lazy Dead Poet, and you guys right after Lazy Dead Poet, which was just phenomenal. I love the contrast. I watched people leave. It was awesome. They're like, where's that blues guy again? And I was like, damn it, all son, I don't care. So, and then Government Zero come out and they did their thing, and then Robert and the boys from Skyro Fly. So I like diversity.
Drywall was just one. I was in math class, and it was really dumb rhetorical information, and I couldn't focus, so I wrote "peel out my eyeballs" in my notes, and then I just kind of went with a rhyming scheme, and it became about snorting drywall and dying, and I wrote a progression around it, and now it's a song. So
Easier done than said too. Peeling out your eyeball. You wouldn't think so, but it is.
All right. I guess I'll have to take.
Can we get
your
an
word for it.
example?
Well, kind of camera shy, so no.
Peel out my eyeballs and call out the hound. Rip up the drywall and roll up the mound. Swallow the whiskey, chase it with bleach. I'm feeling so frisky, you look like a peacock. You know what I wanna do. You know what I wanna do. You know what I wanna do. Peel out my eyeballs and cut out the hound. Slip up the drywall and roll up the mound. Swallow the whiskey, chase it with bleach. I'm feeling so frisky, you look like a peacock. You know what I wanna do. You know what I wanna do. You know what I wanna do.
Like, one thing I think is really interesting about you guys as a band is you're using video like a lot as a way of getting your band out there. You guys have shot some pretty cool music videos, like the Coyote video I've watched several times. It's really cool. Do you find that that really helps, like, bring people into your shows, the videos?
Well, that's what we pay for.
I mean, bringing into shows, I'm not so sure about that specific connection yet.
Okay.
It is a great thing for us to, you know, throw onto a Facebook event or something that's already on the internet promoting a show, just to throw that video into like anybody who's planning on going, to kind of give them a good taste of us, for sure. But, you know, we understand that whether our album sounds amazing or crappy, that people just consume content so fast these days. Video is just another means for us to throw stuff out there in addition to a recorded song, or, you know, a video of Ben playing like a, you know, flat keyboard on top of a trash can. Like, anything that we can have to throw out to people is something, you know, for them to consume, and it's foolish, I feel like, to ignore that. The idea that we could be more reserved in what we put out there. So we try to make lots of content, and we try to take it to the highest level we can. We're really lucky with Adam Wirtz, who's done the Coyote video and our Sirens of the City video. Dave and Ben went to high school with him, and that's really our connection.
Video is also a great medium to let people really understand the energy behind the band. It's like, I feel like our sound pretty much does that for itself, but having the video where you can see, you know, what we're like live, it's really important that people understand that, and, you know, so they could see like how we feel, in a sense, you know?
It's definitely been a resource that has gotten people to take us a little more seriously when they see like a quality video with a quality, you know, recording behind it. It just, the two things for some reason just clicks to people, like, oh, these guys, you know, kind of mean business. They're not, you know, just another band.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. You just go look us up on YouTube. It's the first thing that comes up, and they see that. It's like, it definitely has opened some doors for us.
It's probably how most of you found it right now.
Yeah, you know, YouTube Coyote.
Yep.
Or Sirens of the City.
have any shout outs, anything else you want to say for the record?
Denver Omelets!